In-depth review on my wall because I didn't want to. Just deal with it. Today I'm going to review Kung Fu Panda 3 in detail. Let's get into this. There's going to be spoilers here, so if you haven't seen the movie, go see it. We saw it on Redbox the other day. Like, yeah. It's like an in-depth review of it. So first off, it kind of opens with like a DreamWorks animation, you know, like the opening thing. And it has Po running upstairs, and I'm like, that's cool, because in the first movie he was running, you know, he tried to walk up the stairs, and it was like taking forever, and he was, you know, it's like, cool, you get to see like growth, and then in the film, he does the same thing where he still can't get up the stairs without getting completely out of breath. So my question is, why did they use it for the DreamWorks animation thing? I mean, I know it was just a logo, it doesn't mean anything, but it's just kind of like, it's a little weird. Let's talk about Master Oogway in this movie. He wasn't in the second one, or at least I don't think so. He was pretty good in this movie. He acted a lot, like, cool. You know, he's just kind of cool. The villain in this movie, his name is Kai, okay? Now, in the first movie, I still think Lung was like a really good villain, okay? I think it was Tai Lung. I think he was like one of the best villains, you know, that the series had. You know, I think he was pretty cool. We didn't see him do a whole lot, but we saw him do enough. We were like, yeah, I can believe that he actually did the stuff in the flashback. The Peacock in the second one, while he was still a good villain, I think, part of his downfall was that he was the one that killed Poe's parents, or parents, I guess we find out in this movie. And he didn't really act like a villain at all. It was just kind of like a comic relief character that just so happened to be the villain. Like, he was just, like, there to do nothing, basically. It was kind of weird. I didn't think they set up his character the best. Kai in this movie, you actually see him do stuff where you're like, yeah, that is an intimidating villain right there. That's what we've been wanting to see this whole time. Not just some random peacock who's like, I killed your family even though I didn't. Like, it kind of just failed. Even though this movie does use pretty much the same score for the first two, it was, like, a pretty good score. That was just one thing I wanted to mention. But there's one scene at the beginning where, like, they're all going to go get lunch. It was, like, this epic thing, but it was just basically for lunch. So, yeah, the Dragon Warrior is, like, running down, like, this tunnel of people that are, like, heading there with their... And he keeps high-fiving everybody. And it would have been a cool scene if they didn't animate their hands catching on fire! They're just, like, walking down, and then their side's like, oh, it's fire! Like, Dragon Warrior, I'm just so glad you're here to save us all. And then he just says something like, why are you giving me 3-degree burns? Like, that's not much of a Dragon Warrior thing to do. Oh, and speaking of which, at one point in this movie, Master Shifu is just like, hey, you know, who are you, Po? And then it's like, I'm the Dragon Warrior. And then it's like, what does that even mean? And then I'm like, I don't know. And then Po responds with, saving the people of China. I'm like, that's what I'd say too. And then he's like, no, you're wrong. Why did you ask the question if the audience doesn't even know the answer to it? Like, we've been taught that it's basically saving the people. That's what Oogway said. So why are they changing that now? It just is kind of weird, and I don't think they should have done it, but I guess it was okay. There's this really weird line with Tigress in this movie. She's just like at one point, Po gets to take over being, master, trainer thing, and then she's just like, Poe's like, I don't want to do this, you know, I don't want to mess up our battle or whatever, and then she's like, all you have to lose is our respect. So everything! I mean, if you just go out there and you completely mess them up, and now they're gonna not like each other, and they're not gonna fight with battle, cohesively, so you basically have everything to lose, and she's like, all you have to lose is our respect. Like, why even say that? That's not even the truth. The truth is, everything you have to lose is basically this entire movie franchise. Like, seriously, why would you ever say that? Because in actuality, he has everything to lose, and he should be, terrified. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of callbacks to the first movie, which is pretty cool, because the first movie was pretty cool. But, I don't know, I think they would have got some new jokes in there, like Po running up the stairs and stuff. They kind of used the same jokes, you know, on the whooshy finger. They used that in this movie. It was a joke in the first one. It was pretty cool, but, I mean, if you get more jokes, it just makes this one funnier. It was a pretty fun comedy, but it's you should have added more jokes, it would have been even better. Another thing I want to ask is, at one point, Master Shifu, he's just like, you know, they were asking what what chi is, and she was like, I don't know, it's like this thing where the villain's trying to enchant it so he can, become mortal again, and it's like the all-powerful thing, and when Po asked him, he's like, it's the thing that binds us all, and I'm like, oh, so it's the Force! That's exactly, he basically described what chi is, the same way that Obi-Wan described what the Force was in A New Hope. It was basically, what's this? It binds us and penetrates us, and then, that's what Obi-Wan said, and then in the middle of this awesome duel, you know, for like the life, you know, like, it's like what is chi? It binds us all, gives us the power. Like, oh, so it's the Force. Like, why didn't you just say it's the Force from Star Wars? Like, it's basically the same thing. This movie franchise has been lying to us, and ever since the first movie, they said his name is Poe. The dad in this film said his name is Lotus. Why? That's a terrible name. Why are you even renaming him? Just keep going with Poe. Now it's like, I don't know what to call him. Should I call him Poe or Lotus? You don't give a character two different names, but have the same personality. It just doesn't make any sense. Now I don't know what to call him, so good job, guys. So the dad duck in this film, he was like, I'm not going to let you take him away, but he acted like a jerk, and you're supposed to feel sympathy for him, because he's getting his child taken away, but you just don't feel the sympathy, because he acts like a jerk. It's like you can't sympathize with this guy. So there's no sympathy for him whatsoever, and then when he tries to redeem himself, I'm just like, nah, I don't like you. And all this movie did is maybe hate the dad duck character, so it's like, why even bother? Another thing that kind of made me mad is, like I said, the callbacks to the first one. Poe should be used to climbing the stairs to the mansion at this point. How many times has he been there? You know? But no, he's still tired out. Like, every single time he's walk up there, is he like... and he's been doing this for, like, how many years? Since 2008. So, like, no, that's not believable. Just get him used to it. In fact, slim him down a little bit. Like, all the stuff he's been doing, he would have been losing a lot of calories. But no. He's just as fat as he always is. So, yeah. Poe is supposed to be this all-powerful dragon warrior, right? And in the fight in this movie, in the early battle, he's like, oh, this is so cool, oh, this is... And he basically doesn't do anything. He just fails. Like, how are you the dragon warrior if you suck in battle? Like, isn't that the whole point of the dragon warrior? I don't know what the point is anymore, because Master Shifu said it's not. But, like, seriously, what's his point? Why is he even, like, being so crappy? So in this film, the dad Panda was just like, he was just like, it would be kind of rude to make you fly all the way back to the duck, Dad. And then Poe's like, wait, you can fly? And then he's like, I'm a bird, Poe. Not all birds can fly. Peacocks can't fly. And he was just in the last movie. Like, think. Like, not all birds can fly. That doesn't automatically mean, oh, he's a bird, he can fly. Can flamingos fly? They're birds, they can't fly. Like, think. In the second one, we were supposed to feel sympathy for Poe because every single panda was wiped out by this peacock guy. And it turns out that they weren't. They were just hiding in a secret, like, mountain forest thing. It completely undermines the second one. It's like, oh, let's just take that out. You're supposed to be respecting the other ones, not completely trashing them. You don't even have to watch the second movie because now it's completely devoid of any emotional scenes. Okay, there's a few other things I was gonna say about this movie, but, I have to cut it a little bit short. But anyway, guys, pretty much, I liked the movie. I thought it was pretty good. I think it's better than the first one, now that I look back on it. But some things could have been changed, and some things are just laughable. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit this don't forget to hit the like button. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for the huge 50 subscriber milestone. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye!